think Michael Whitmer had one that he might like to ask. Michael, do you want to expand or say a little bit more about the question you asked in the chat?
Yeah, I was struck by Mei Jun's use of the word contrasts in distinguishing between Chinese thought and Alfred and Whiteheadian thought. And clearly the term is being used in a very specialized sense. And I was wondering, Dr. Cobb, how, if you could elaborate on what's the significance of that term in process thought.
Well, if one starts out with the idea that you have a whole set of beliefs, okay, then you hear something that conflicts in some way with those beliefs. Then the response to the new thing is to figure out how to protect your beliefs from this. Or you may think you really have to give up your beliefs and change. Well, Whitehead doesn't like either of those approaches, but rather we hear something that is different and that doesn't fit immediately and comfortably, but we hear it as a potential contrast. That is, a contrast in art, contrast is used. And without appropriate contrast, the art is going to be rather boring. The contrast adds to interest. And if, as a Christian, one encounters Buddhism, and one sees that there are many respects in which Buddhism seems to be saying something very different from Christianity, but then really allow the interaction with Buddhism to take place and listen, learn, one will find in the end that one can be both a Buddhist and a Christian. Well, this is transforming the apparent contradictions into contrasts is the way in which thinking advances. So it's a very important concept for Whitehead. And I'm not saying no one else has thought this way, but Whitehead's philosophy really is different from the great majority of Western philosophy. And I think it has something to do with the primacy of process. If instead of thinking you have a body of settled beliefs, you understand that you are always in the process of thinking, then when something is different from what you've heard before and doesn't fit well, that just adds to the richness of the process. If you think of a set of beliefs almost as a kind of substance, then you become much more defensive about it. If you say something that disagrees with me, then I've got to explain why you're wrong. If I think of my thinking as always in process, and you say something that disagrees with it, that's an opportunity for me to take account of something I had not previously taken account of. And it may mean I have to give up some things I previously believed, but the total result of that is my enrichment, not my being weakened because it turned out, I found out I didn't have it all right before. I never have it all right. I always need to know that what I'm now thinking is the result of my life experience, and it has been vastly increased by thousands of contrasts that have come along. And here's another one. Maybe this one is more serious, maybe this one, but that's a chance to think better.
So instead of the shame of saying, oh, I was wrong, there's the joy of saying, oh, I know better.
I now know better, yes. Yeah.